We've talked about how today we've got a star lineup. Here's our star who's been with us through this 14-year journey. Porinju Veliyath joins in on the show right now. Porinju, hi, good morning. So glad that you could take time out and join on ET Now's special day. You've really been a supporter and we can't thank you enough.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And great to see you, Aisha, and wonderful team of ET Now. I wish all of you a wonderful, happy anniversary. It's a great team and great coverage, benefiting the investing community across the board.
Thank you so much, Porinju. And Porinju, much like how ET Now has championed the cause of Rise with India, you've really been a believer in the India story, right? From the first time, I think you even appeared on the channels to now. Where do you think the next 14 years are going to go, purely from a market perspective, Porinju?
I think India is entering into a new decade of opportunities. I was talking the other day in your channel, a few months back. We have covered a last decade of consolidation for the economy and for the nation, in terms of many game changer reforms, especially on the economic front. We have made the economy very stable for the long term. That's very important. I would appreciate the regime, the political leadership also for that. More than trying to please the people, looking for next 5 years, 10 years and beyond. When it comes to a stable economy, which is very, very important, keeping the finances at home, and it is equally important to have the nation's finances in control. And we can't afford to be Sri Lanka or Pakistan for that. So that way, I think next 14 years is going to be amazing. Perhaps better than the last 14 years in terms of investor wealth creation. Because when we talk about $3.3 or $3.5 trillion economy, it is absolutely low. We have to think about not just even 5. 5 could be the base for our economy for the next level and leading to $10 and $15 trillion economy. Then only the nation, the people can live comfortably. Now at $3.5 trillion economy, what's happening is maybe around 20% of the people, 20% of the population may be living comfortably with, in a livable condition. So that itself is showing where we are heading to. We are heading to 5, 10 and $15 trillion economy. And if next 14 years, equity investors are going to be the biggest beneficiaries in terms of wealth creation. I have no doubt about it. I believe in India's story, and I'm very excited about it.
Okay, great. You've liked Tata Communications for a while. The stock has worked like a charm for you. But given the recent run-up, I think it's about some 20% in the month of June, 50% plus in last 1 year. Why is Tata Com going against the basic grain of the market? When I say grain of the market, all IT stocks are down. They're down 25 to 30% from the recent highs. And Tata Com perhaps must be the only IT/telecom company which is sitting at a record high.
Yes, I remember, I think our 13th, ET Now's 13th anniversary, when you asked about one stock last year, I was talking about Tata Communications. It was around 870 kind of levels because markets were going down those. Yeah. So I think it is nearly doubled. I am very feeling good about it. And this is the second largest holding in our portfolio, PMS and AAF. We are still buying the stock for the new clients. So this is, we have gone very in depth into the stock. And, after Tata Consumer, perhaps I remember even Nikunj was very, very optimistic about Tata Consumer when it used to be at one time revenue market cap around 8,000 crores a few years ago. Now it has moved to 80,000 crores, of course, including the business of Tata Chemicals. So I'm seeing a similar opportunity in Tata Communications. It's a new age business. Some people are liking only new age business, the digital business. And here is a company, I think the Tata Group, as such, they are very optimistic when you listen to their calls and all. They are talking about doubling the digital revenue from 14,000-15,000 crores to, maybe 20,000-30,000 crores in the next 4 years. This was the last week they had a call. So I feel the stock is still attractive for long-term investors. I am very optimistic. Maybe the 15th anniversary of ET now, we may see another 1,000 rupees higher.
Porinju, that was about the top idea that you gave us earlier. Tata Communication and has done rather well. Give us the stock idea for the next 3 to 5 years. What could be the next multi-bagger?
Yeah, the whole country, the whole economy, I would say the whole equity landscape is a multi-bagger, I would say. So in terms of stocks, we are basically bottom-up value pickers. We are very focused. And what I'm seeing in India is across the board. We have, across the board from large cap to small caps and micro caps, there are opportunities. And this is a long-term sustainable kind of a bull market I am seeing. So the ideas are there in plenty. I think one stock which I would like to say, which is not in the limelight today, is RBA, the Restaurant Brands of Asia, the Burger King company. So this is a beautiful business. It's in the infancy in this country. Last few years, they have been struggling with many things. And now this company owns the business of Burger King and Popeye in Indonesia also, the same listed company in India. So I feel they are well set for growing much faster and, creating cash flows in the future. And this business is futuristic. And I think this is Burger King is the second largest brand globally in that segment. So India also is a huge, 17-18% of the people, the world population lives in India. And I think it's a great opportunity for conservative value investors at 107.8. There is no hurry to buy the stock. So we are holding it in our portfolio management, and the AF, we are still buying for the new clients. It looks like a sober, safe idea, and it's like a new gen business, and you can participate in that. I feel this is RBA is a stock to watch, but there is no hurry. Again, I'm telling you, nothing is going to change dramatically. Here, there is one technical issue. Everstone is the ultimate holding company, Everstone Capital. So I think the whole market, knowledgeable people about this company and its business model, they all are waiting for that event to happen. When will Everstone sell the stock? But people are still buying burgers. They are not waiting for the parent, the holding company's behavior or something like that. So they are buying burgers and it's doing well. So I feel this is a stock to watch. Again, there could be the associated risk with the company in the business. But otherwise, I like the company. This can be now around 5,000 crores market cap. It has a potential to go to 10, 15, and 20 eventually, operating in India and Indonesia.
Why restaurant, RBA? Why not, let's say, West Side or Jubilant Foodworks? Or why not, for that matter, a Zomato? Because if you're bullish on restaurants and food delivery, then why not the other names?
To be frank, Nikunj, I like all these stocks. I don't know much about Zomato. Zomato valuation, I'm not into that kind of, a position. But it's, all about food. The food business in India is organized food business and the new age food business. We are still, just seeing that growth beginning only. Considering our demographic structure, especially with young population and people traveling globally and coming back to India, their next generation. So the organized processed food business is going to grow significantly higher than the economy. So definitely the whole space is an opportunity. I like RBA because not many people are talking about it. So the price also is reflecting.
Okay, so Restaurant Brands Asia is something that you're positive on. But from the other FMCG names, large cap names, Porinju, you did have a position earlier, at least in Tata Consumers. What are you doing with it right now? And are there any other names that you like?
Yeah, Tata Consumer, I'm very proud of. Talking again and again. One day, Nikunj was telling every day you're talking about Tata Consumer. It was, this was one of the 10 stocks recommended by 10 analysts in the 10th anniversary of ET now, I remember. it used to be at 230 or 240 price in those days. I was seeing a lot of margin of safety in the stock. And, I got more and more bullish after Chandra joined and he's focusing on, reorganizing the business and thinking very big. See, the size is something I want to say about to investors. The way India is changing, after the consolidation of the economy, after big reforms, after moving from black to white or unorganized to organized, and moving to digital, now India is talking about size. Each projects, let it be railway or any infrastructure, airport or ports, we are talking about, we are like 5 to 10 times the size than 2013-14. It's not a small thing. So next 10 years, this is going to be another, multiplied kind of an opportunity. So coming back to Tata Consumer, now I think it's around 85,000 crores market cap. And you may, if you see the revenue, profits and all, it is still at a very high multiples. You may not be comfortable. But I feel the way a company is guiding for growth and the Tata name, India specific opportunity, I won't be surprised if Tata Consumer going to 2 lakh crores market capitalization in next 2-3 years time.
To just stay with us, I'm going to quickly mark the market open as well. And it's a very quiet start, though we're picking up a little bit. Let's see whether we can take that all-time high today or not. Still a while to go for that, I think. 18,739 is where we're currently at. Want to check in on what both ONGC as well as Oil India are up to, given that crude jump up. Remember, Brent is back above that $75 per barrel mark. TVS Motors, which has now sold its entire stake of 43.5% in Emerald Haven Realty for 166 odd crore rupees. That's another stock which is in focus. Titagarh Wagon, a JV has backed contract worth 12,227 crore rupees from the Railway Ministry. A big move on Titagarh Wagons, 2.5% higher as we speak right now. There's, of course, Samvardhana Motherson as well. The European arm has acquired Sirma Enterprises for an equity value of almost about 7.2 million euros. So that's another stock which is in focus. There's Natco Pharma as well. US FDA has issued an EIR for their Visakhapatnam facility. CEAT, Ashok Leyland, especially after the investor meet takeaways, they've raised their medium-term domestic market share guidance for both MHCVs as well as LCVs. Let's see whether Ashok Leyland is seeing any excitement in the stock or not. Should be holding up, I think. There's another very important piece of news. Nigeria Central Bank has removed trading restrictions on official markets and currency weakness. So that's going to impact perhaps Bharti Airtel because of their Nigerian operations. So just look out for that stock as well and what that does in trade. And Anisha, I think TCS also would be in focus, right?
Well, yes, TCS on the back foot today because there's one of the deals that they had with Transamerica, almost a $2 billion deal, which has been terminated ahead of its schedule. It was a 10-year deal. It seems like it's ended within 5 years itself. And the reason that the company and Transamerica is citing is the macro environment and the respective business priorities. So you have that stock on the back foot. On the gaining side, just wanted to add Kalyan Jewellers to the list. 7.5% higher. There was a big block deal that happened on that one. Piramal Pharma, there was a brokerage note which is quite positive. So these were the top names that we are tracking at this point of time.
Porinju, Tata stocks have done rather well, and there was a remarkable change in terms of what Chandra has managed to do in terms of transforming the entire group, capital efficiency, cash flow, scale, skill and size. But markets are always looking for new themes, new turnaround groups. Which is one corporate group you think could be the big one for next 3 years? Could it be extension of more companies from Mahindra? Could it be come back by the Birla group of companies? Or could it be back to good old HDFC?
I feel there could be some new groups emerging in the coming years, rather than whatever we have been talking about the old gen groups, Birlas, Tatas, or Adanis and Ambanis. Of course, these companies, I still believe Tata Group is going to outperform all the other groups. Many of their verticals are such a sweet spot. I think we should still bet on the good companies. like we discussed Tata Telecom, Tata Communication, or Tata Consumer. Even the trend, they're doing a good job in terms of, but these companies, you may not see it cheap to buy. And, some of them are quoting like the earlier, like Colgates and some such companies, Hindustan Liver or Nestle's of the world. But here, the growth in these Tata companies could be higher than the peer companies, like Hindustan Liver or whichever field they are competing with the MNCs traditionally. So that higher growth and, much better management, cost-efficient operations, and Tata big name. So these all are making Tata Group itself. For me, if you ask me, Tata Group is going to outperform all other groups in the coming years, in the next decade, next 14 years.
Sir, but Tata Consumer is available at a P of 50 times 2 year forward. And if you buy stocks at P multiples of 50 times, doesn't matter what the quality of business is. You may get into time-wise correction or price-wise correction. So great company, fantastic. Sunil would be joining us in moments from now. I wish you could stay back to hear that interaction with Sunil D'Souza of Tata Consumer. But my only point is 50 times. 50 times,
See,
2 year forward.
Nestle used to be always 50, 60, 70 times in the past.
And it has not made money from last 2 years. Exactly my point.
Last 2 years.
Exactly my
I didn't
point.
talk about 2 years. 2 years is okay. I'm talking 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That used to be the P for that company. So those kind of saturation and, time pass will happen in many of such highly valued, high PE stocks. It happens. The best of stocks have gone through 5 and 10 years kind of stagnation. Like ITC, the way it happened the previous 10 years. So everything is getting settled in 2-3 years or 1 year sometimes. Reliance, it happened. It's a very different kind of company. It had 10 years of not going anywhere. Instead of the fact that it had tripled its profits. And then in 1 year, everything happened.
Have you sold your ownership in Raymond's? Or you still own it? I mean, it's worked very well for you.
Yes. I am very, very happy. I was lucky. And I think here it's a real turnaround story. And it's a fantastic brand. The value of Raymond as a brand has never gone down in the past. Whatever people have been talking about. This is, asset rich. We have got all margin of safety. I think at 10,000-11,000 crores, the stock has to be above maneuver. Very simple mathematics. So maneuver is 32,000 crores market cap today. Raymond is 11,000 crores. This have to come to same price some point of time.
Interesting. Porinju, I also want to talk about your recent buys. And, I see Shalby there. I see Kokuyu Camlin there. And then Kaya. This is an old favorite, right? And I believe you've even upped stake here.
Yes. Kaya is we can say it's a failed idea, which happens in value investing, especially in small and mid cap. But it is too early to say it's failed, even though a lot of time was spent on the stock. I am still, hopeful. The brand Harsh Mariwala and the Marico Group company and the business model is a bit challenging, especially with the COVID. It had gone through much more challenges and cash flows. So now I feel there is a new CEO, global CEO also there, and they can build up if they do smartly. I don't know if Kaya, the promoters and the management decide to do the right things and build it up. This can eventually become $1 billion company. But right now we are at a loss. We are holding the stock, a significant percentage in PMS at a loss. I personally also hold the stock. But, we are still hopeful and holding on to the business. Once, if it clicks, doing the right things, and Kaya is a big brand, it cannot be a 300-400 crores market cap.
I think your daughter-in-law started a range of cosmetics, right?
Excuse me?
Your daughter-in-law has also started a range of cosmetics. So competition to ghar mein Kaya ke liye. You're investing in a company where the competition is internal.
It's my daughter-in-law. She has started a brand called Gunam.
Yeah.
It's mostly Indian-based ingredients. It's manufactured in France, and she just launched it, and it's I like the products very much. There is no artificial flavor or what you call artificial fragrance. So whatever fragrance is there is natural, really part of the ingredients, the natural ingredients. So it's a new theme. I hope she will grow the business and it will be accepted in the market.
Excellent products, Porinju, and I could, smell and feel the organic-based products that they are, and yeah, had no chemicals.
That's
So others you were asking about Kokio, Camlin,
Yes.
and one more small stocks. What was that?
I was asking about Shalby as well. I understand that
Shalby
you
Hospitals.
recently acquired more shares there.
Yeah, both these are personal proprietary investments. Shalby is a very good hospital chain, growing fast and coming up, managed by very good people, promoted by a legacy. What do you call it? It's a legend. And India has a huge potential, especially they are specializing in knee replacements. I understand they are it's a company which does the largest quantity of knee replacements globally. And they are moving into other specialities also, related and other specialities. So it could be, Aster Medicity, the Aster DM Healthcare, which is also at a new high. This also has been a stock which we have been buying in PMS earlier. So I think hospital, the healthcare services in India, again, in shortage, in deficit in many places, many areas. So well-managed, good companies can grow very big. And Kokio Camlin is a big brand, all of us know. I think everyone at home will have something or other of Kokio Camlin. The Japanese company, I think they are coming out of, feel like they are coming out of their low growth and stagnation period of last 5-10 years. The latest results that made me triggered me by the stock, Kokio Camlin. But these all are small penny cap ideas. I don't want any viewers of it now to follow it. You study, learn it, whether it's worth at this price, see the market cap, whether this company, the business can grow in India's environment. That's very important, more than just following somebody's bulk deals or shareholding. It's very important. I see one more thing I just want to say at this point. Unhealthy trends. A lot of youngsters, millions of Indian youngsters are coming to the market. But what they do option trading. I am very much concerned about this. And I come to know many individual incidents where people, they have to sell his house, kind of things happening, getting divorced, and what not. A lot of people, see, it's nothing like but gambling. And a lot of people are now teaching. They're into the teaching profession of option trading. I'm not feeling comfortable about this trend, where the youngsters are moving into this kind of purely gambling kind of thing. If
I agree with that.
learn it scientifically, you can do. I'm not telling nobody to do it. Those who are capable of learning, understanding, and doing it with margin of safety is okay. Here, I would say even somebody has only 1 lakh rupees, a small individual out there, or say 50,000 rupees, he should start investing. India is such a great opportunity for not for next 10 years. I'm talking about next 25 years.
That's a great point. That's a great point, and I pretty much endorse what Porinju is just saying, that if you don't know what you are, stock market is a dangerous place to learn. If you want to trade, well, understand the rules of trading, stop loss, momentum, that's important. If you're investing, well, like we've been saying that look at last 14 years, what has happened. I have every reason to believe that what has happened in last 14 years for India and for Indian stock markets, next 14 years are going to be better. That's the kind of economy we are in. And SEBI has put out this data where it says that if you look at the average Joe, the average trader who's been trading in the options market and the F&O market, 7 out of 10 trades actually have gone wrong. And the average loss is about 1 lakh plus. But Porinju, with that statutory warning, and on a day when we are celebrating our birthday, we've covered a lot of, a range of stocks, ideas, and perhaps an important, statutory warning that if you're trading, know the rules, otherwise you will lose.
Yeah, it's important for people to be conservative because there is an opportunity on the other side. Investing is a great opportunity. One need not be very rich, have a huge bank balance to start investing.
Thank you so much for joining us today and giving us your multi-bagger idea as well, which was Restaurant Brands Asia. But